My name is Justine Smith. I am the programmer of the Underground section at Fantasia. This is my third year as a programmer, but as a critic and journalist, I've been kind of covering the festival in some capacity since 2008, 2009. I don't think I would have a career in film as a critic if it were not for Fantasia, because I was doing it very casually, and I wrote this review of a movie called A Serbian Film, which many of you have probably heard of. And I remember I didn't like the movie, I still don't. But I tried to engage with his ideas, and I remember speaking with Mitch Davis at the time, who I had no idea who he was. He obviously loves the movie, or at least is very passionate about it. And we had this amazing discussion, and he really pushed me to be like, oh, you should continue to write. And I think that that was like a very important moment in not only my experience at Fantasia, but in my experience in my life. Maybe it's something that I'm good at, maybe it's something that I want to pursue, and here I am today. So at Fantasia, I program the Underground section, which I define very broadly. I kind of take it as do-it-yourself, movies that are made with very little money, very little resources. Sometimes the government is involved, but if they are, it's very limited. I just want to keep myself as open to new ideas, new images as much as possible, people who are kind of at the cutting edge, young, not necessarily in age, but in spirit, trying to create something that is different, that is transgressive, that is quote unquote underground. It's a very small program, so like you have no excuse not to see every single one, and I am like super passionate about all of them. I want to highlight 3 movies that are first-time features. Again, one of the great things about Fantasia, you have this opportunity to discover new voices. The first one I'm going to recommend is a world premiere. It's a movie called Skinamarink. It's from a filmmaker from Edmonton whose name is Kyle Edward Ball. But it's basically this horror movie about these 2 children who wake up in the middle of the night and they can't find their parents, and suddenly all the doors and windows are gone. And it's very experimental, like we're seeing really from the perspective of children. And it is so unnerving and so upsetting in the most fantastic kind of way. It is a little bit out there. It's not necessarily a conventional horror movie, but at least speaking from my own experience, like it really got under my skin. I want to highlight Park Se-young's The Fifth Thoracic Vertebrae, which is a movie that is from South Korea and is about a mold fungus that takes over a mattress during a breakup and starts to come to life and steal people's spinal cords. And what's not to love? It's a movie about love, loss, death. The third movie that I would like to highlight is a movie called Fragile from Portugal. Directed by Pedro Henrique. A bunch of crazy, young, drugged out kids who really want to go to the club and can't get there. So I don't know if you've ever had a nightmare where you're like, I need to go to school, I need to go to this place. And no matter what you do, like things get in the way, and it's kind of like that. It has animated sequences, musical sequences, people are high out of their mind. It's absolutely so much fun, it's so fantastic. I think it's a fantastic, very youthful, very vibrant debut.